So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Here we go. Sliding.
Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive.
Yeah, here we go.
On the ground, here's the rookie who played in-state at Austin. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Yeah, here we go.
Again, it's Blue. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. A run once more with Blue. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. Call it a gain of 13. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Yeah, here we go.
They'll run the toss here with Blue. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They tracked him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
Look, Mike, I realize most people, if they saw a lineman of his size waiting for him, they would just run the other way. But it's his job to try to find a way around the big fella and get what he can. Running backwards only turns a small setback into a much bigger one.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott, and the rush is going to get there. He goes down. They were taking a big risk going for it from their own territory. It does not pay off, and it's a turnover on down.
Ready, set. Cougar 19. Here we go, set.
A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
To the air on 2nd down. Dart. And Can they get to him and finally bring him down? It will go down as a sack.
A loss of a yard. And it's third down. Third and long.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Out of shotgun. It's Dark. And that is incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
It's one of those things that rookie quarterbacks just really struggle with early on in the NFL. If you just stare down your primary read, you're going to get yourself into a lot of trouble. So continue to work through your progressions, take what's there, find the open receiver, and with more reps, this is something that you have to imagine he's going to really improve at.
He'll look deep here for Neighbors. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on fourth and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. They'll start this on the ground with Blue. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
They're going to work this down inside the 45. 16 yards. Pick up on that one. First down. Cowboys.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Yeah! 26.
Dak going to give this to Blue. This time the sliding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Gain on the play brings up second and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. We're back to Arlington in a moment. On to the second quarter. Cowboys possess the football. They've got it with a second down and 10. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Yeah, here we go. Wide eight.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
Here's a third and 10.
Here we go. Wide eight.
And some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay.
Yeah, here we go. I take wide eight. On third down, Prescott.
And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And that'll set up fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down.
Here we go. Hey, kill! Swerve to the earth.
Prescott. He'll get this one complete to Schoonmaker. And he's going to pick up the Cowboys' first down. How about that? A gain of 15 on 4th and 10.
Yeah!
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On play action, here's Dak. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Dane Belton. And the Giants are going to take over here at their own 22.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
And he's going to be very close to the first down bunker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
I like the change of pace. The idea that you want to keep the ball on the ground, but you don't want to do it in the traditional sense of just turning around and handing it off to your running back. So this time, they give it to the wide receiver, they get him in space, get the ball in his hands, and he turns it into a solid game.
And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now.
Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of a gun, here comes Dart. Left side to the hands of Neighbors. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Greg and I back to Arlington and AT&T Stadium after this. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. Inside the 40. Still going. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, New York. Using the tight end to get to the end zone. Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry, what an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He'll start at the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard